everyone. Sorry it took a minute. You might have got a thing that said I was live and then it ended. Um, I had set the screen to horizontal and it wasn't reading it, and I realized that I had the orientation of my phone locked. So hopefully this one actually does pop up. Sometimes when that happens, I have to re-log into everything. So hopefully it's notifying people. I know it's been a while, so. All right, seems to be working here. And I usually like to go live on TikTok as well, but I think this phone might be dead. So we'll see. Hey Sean, how are you? Hey Dad. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it. Usually, like, I stream on TikTok as well. That phone's acting up, so if it clicks in, it clicks in. If not, then I apologize. Hi Charlene, how are you? So I've been super tired, so I haven't been doing live, so I apologize the past couple weeks. Thank you if you're catching this now. I was telling my dad I wasn't sure what I was going to film tonight, but I have two friends that are having babies in February, and I ordered Cotton Cuts has what they call cuddle books, and they have it where you can do a monthly subscription or like a one-time order. Oh, thanks, Harleen. I've just been super busy with work, and I am taking an online class for one of my certifications. So I've just been like mentally so tired. But tonight I actually have energy and feeling good, and I feel like I'm caught up on some projects finally. So I'm like, okay, I can go on. So Cotton Cuts has these cuddle books, and it comes with like crinkle paper, ribbons. They gave me like a free little pencil, and it comes with a Aurifil thread. So it's this blue, and it matches perfect. So what it is a panel, and it's a story. So it's like a 1 yard panel. I think this one's called Honey Bunny. Yeah. So this is going to be the cover. It says, "I love you, Honey Bunny." And so basically you sew the book together. Hi, Arnetta. How are you doing? So I have not made one of these before. This is going to be a learning experience for both you and I. I am a ambassador for Cotton Cuts for their puzzle mystery quilt. Our Flyway puzzle mystery quilt just finished up. We had the reveal. So a new one's going to be starting in the fall. So for this, I did order and pay for this myself. It's not like sponsored or anything. So they started, I'm not sure how long ago they've introduced the cuddle books, but I thought it would be really cool, and I can add them to like a baby shower gift. And normally I don't sew with cotton thread. I actually find that it is more like fuzzy than the polyester Gutermann, but I'm going to sew with it also just because I feel like, I don't know, if a baby starts to like chew on this, then it's probably better to have like natural materials than like plastic and stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I guess the ribbons aren't cotton, but oh wait, I'm trying to find like the edge. There we go. I was trying to pull on one of the little threads, but I found the little tail of it. So I didn't wind the bobbin. Like I said, I have not sewn probably, I think like 2 weeks now. So I'm just getting everything set up, I figured I'd chat. How's everything going for all of you who've been working on projects? This past weekend, I did a craft fair in my hometown in Connecticut, where I grew up. At the local church that I went to growing up, I always participate in it, and it was pretty good. Didn't sell a whole bunch, sold a couple bags, a couple headbands, more to just try to move some of my stock. I have like 2 bins of just bags that I've been I haven't listed on the website or anything. It's so much work to list items on the website. So I did that this weekend. That was one of the things that I've been, it was pretty busy. And then obviously got to spend time with family and stuff, so that was really nice. Have you guys been sewing or working on other winter projects? I know this is when it gets kind of busy with the holidays coming up. I cannot wait for Thanksgiving. I was telling my grandma, I'm like so excited for mashed potatoes. I could eat potatoes like every day. I have an 80-12 needle in here. It's not Microtex or anything, but I think it will be fine for what I plan on doing. Oh, that's nice, Arnetta. How long does it take you to finish one? So what I'm going to start out doing is the book has where you can add bunny ears. So I am going to cut those out first. And I didn't cut out anything at all. I figured I would just do it all on camera. So that way, if anybody is interested, they could see it. And then also, if I make a mistake, you're going to see it. And I do have a roll of polyfill batting here, extra loft. So I'm going to have to cut out some of that as well. It said to keep it out of the seam allowance. So I think what I'm going to do is just trace these and then cut it out just like a little bit smaller. Oh, wow. Yeah, knitting and crocheting are so much work. I always, like, I know how to crochet, not like a whole bunch. Like, I can make like a blanket or a scarf, and my boyfriend always just laughs at me because I always like grab yarn and I start it and then I never finish the project. My great aunt and my grandma both crochet, especially during like the winter months when it gets cold and dark early. And so my grandma in particular makes baby blankets. So anytime any of my friends or really anyone, like my mom and sister do the same thing, we always ask grandma for like part of the baby shower gift. So these are labeled front left and back left, and they're gonna get put right sides together. So I'm cutting them one at a time because I don't want to mix them up. Oh, that's really nice, Arnetta. You know it goes to a good cause then, that you use it. Yeah, my one grandma always makes the baby blankets, and then like I said, like family will give them to different people for baby showers. And then my great aunt, she has donated many to um, like the local hospitals. So when there's a baby born, because I think they still do it. And I know when I was born, like I have this little tiny like knitted or crocheted hat. So I'm not sure how it is in other places, but I know in my local area they still take donations from people for stuff like that. Okay. So this is so massive. I just cut out the 2 ears to start, and then I'm gonna keep that one here. Let me grab the batting and a marker. Yeah, so this is just like the poly from Walmart. Nothing like too fancy or expensive. I like it because I like fluffy quilts. So I got the extra loft and the poly. All right, let's see. I thought I was going to be able to kind of trace this, but I don't know how well that idea is going to work. I guess it is kind of showing blue, but it's a little hard to see. I don't even know if the camera can pick it up. I can see it a little bit. I think I'm going to cut it and then, like I said, trim it down, and we'll see how it goes. I also think that if the book gets washed, I don't like, because you don't quilt across it. It says not to put it in the seams, but I almost wonder if it would be okay if I put it in the seams, because if the books get washed, I wouldn't want it to get like bunched up, because it's not like quilted to kind of hold it in its own spot. I don't know. Let's try it and see how it goes. So I just it's definitely wider than the material. So I'm just gonna put these right sides together. And it said leave the opening in the bottom so you can turn it. So hopefully it's a big enough opening. And I'm just going to use the fabric itself as the guide. I love trying different things. I feel like it keeps me interested in sewing. So instead of only bags or only clothes, switching it up. So I'm really excited to try this. And now we'll just see if I can keep the seam allowance even, especially because of the overhang of the batting. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm super grateful that this machine, as long as I can fit it under the presser foot, it will sew. It will sew through it, so. It's a little hard to see the seam allowance mark on my machine right now. I'm honestly just kind of estimating it. But I think it's fine. Like, it's definitely between 1/4 inch and 3/8, so it should be plenty of room in the seam allowance where it's not going to come undone. This is such a pretty thread color. I love the like teal, so I think it's gonna match really nice. And so now this wants me to turn it, but before I do that, I'm just trimming. I'm not trimming the seam allowance of the quilting cotton. I'm just kind of trimming the batting. And I put like the monthly reorder. So each month, I think they ship out like the first week of each month. So I figured I'll see how this goes with the poly batting, and if I end up not liking it or whatnot, I can always switch it. Now this is really, really tiny. Like, it's probably only 1 inch wide. I'm hoping I can turn this okay. Oh, you know what I already messed up. I know I did. Because you know what I did? The batting should be on the back, because the way I have it, it's going to, when I turn this, the batting is going to be right side out. All right, well, I'm already picking this apart. And this is what I meant, where I'm like, all right, well, we'll learn together how to do these. I've never made a stuffed animal, or like, you know, with a quilt you do all the like the batting afterwards. So, and then I have done some placemats, but it was a quilt as you go style. So I didn't have to worry about like turning anything. But you know, you would think that being like a bag maker right now, that I would have thought about this when I had to turn it inside out. Like, you wouldn't put interfacing on the right side of your fabric of your bag. And because it's so fluffy, it's hard to just run my seam ripper through. So I'm just pulling out every couple stitches. I did it as a size 2, so the stitches are kind of small, but not small enough where I can't catch them. So I have to get my sojo back. This coming weekend on the 22nd is another sewing marathon. I have to look at my time. Usually I'm like 1 or 2 o'clock. We are sewing up a pattern from Kiteco Creates. Jill is out of New Zealand, so we're all going to be doing one of her patterns. Off the top of my head right now, I can't think of the name of the pattern that we're doing. It's this really cute pouch that has like a handle up top and a front zipper if you want, or inside pocket. So I'm really excited to see how everybody sews theirs up. But I'll post it in my group. My plan tomorrow is to film it. So the weekends are busy. I feel like that's part of why I've been so tired. I feel like every weekend there's something. Where this weekend it's the sewing marathon and I have online class. But I'll be happy because my class is to get like my day job, I'm a teacher, so it's to get the certification for superintendent, and then once you have that certification, like you don't have to do more schooling or testing and stuff. So that will finish the end of December, so that will be nice because that it's been a lot of work because it's a graduate level course. Alright, so I'm almost done picking this apart. If you're just joining me, I am making a children's book. It is from Cotton Cuts. They are calling them Cuddle Books. And I totally sewed the interfacing to the wrong side of the fabric. So that is why you see me picking it out. Hey Nicole, how are you doing? Alright. So now let me move this to the wrong side of the fabric. My back stitch is was still kind of stuck on there. All right, so I'm going to put that on my feed dogs, I think, instead of having the interfacing, or not the interfacing, the batting under my presser foot. I think it would work better that way. Okay, so originally I had put the batting where the right sides are. That was my problem. That's what I get for not sewing in a while, not really thinking about it. So now I'm going to put this back right sides together, and I'm just picking out the little pieces of thread that didn't come out in full pieces when I just seam ripped it. Mary Lou. Yeah, I haven't sewed in 2 weeks, Mary Lou. The first thing that I sewed, I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know why. You know what it is? Because in the books, like, you need it between, but I don't know why I put it on the right side of the fabric. But yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's why sometimes I'm like, all right. At first, I used to be really nervous about sewing like projects that I hadn't done before or didn't really feel confident with because I didn't want to make mistakes. But now I'm just like, all right, well, if I make a mistake, and maybe it will make some other people feel better, because we definitely all make mistakes, but not everybody shows them. Hopefully this will be the only one though, and that from here on out it will be smooth sailing. This way it was much easier to get the seam allowance because I could actually see it instead of being blocked by the batting. So at least that part is nice. Alright, now let's try to turn it. And I think this turning will be easier too because it's, I mean, it's small, but with the batting on the outside, what I can do is I have a chopstick here that I'm going to help try to turn it right side out. I probably could have sewn, like, left a bigger opening along the side, but I really didn't want to have to hand stitch it closed. If I leave it in the bottom, that will get caught up in the seam allowance and it will close it up on its own. So that's why I did that. Arnetta, I need that. Maybe I should tell my mom, like, she's asking me what I want for Christmas. Maybe I think I need that shirt. But that's okay. At least it feels good to be back near the sewing machine. I haven't sewn in probably, like I said, 2 weeks. So I guess I'll take the mistake. And this is definitely a little tedious, but I think it's going to be worth it. It's pulling through. I have like these turning tubes, but I don't think those would work. They're more for like drawstrings and stuff. Um, if I had, I know some people use like the, I don't know the name of them off the top of my head, like the medical clamps and stuff. That would be really helpful right now to kind of help pull. But just using the chopstick worked fairly well. Alright, much better. Now I don't have my interfacing on the outside, or the batting, I mean, on the outside. I'm going to end up calling it interfacing like this whole night, just from being so used to bag making. Alright, so here's one bunny ear, and I'm not, it doesn't need any top stitching around it, so I'm not going to top stitch. I'm not going to press it either. I figure once the book is all done. So if you're just joining, I'll show real quick. I ordered this. It's called a Cuddle book, and it's from Cotton Cuts, and it's like about a yard long. It has all the different pages, and it's going to end up being a like a baby book. So I'm going to use it for some baby showers of two of my friends coming up. And so there's ears that come off the top for the bunny. So that is what I am working on first. So I had cut them out only one at a time because I didn't want to accidentally confuse the left and the right. Oh, perfect. It's on Amazon. I'll have to send her the link. I need more sewing shirts. Last year I had asked for some from Mormino. So, because it will be, because I try not to wear, like, especially in any of my YouTube videos, anything with like a logo and stuff, you know, because people can claim like trademark and copyright. So more sewing shirts would be perfect for my videos or lives. It's funny, sometimes when I'm filming and I'm grabbing shirts, I'm like, oh shoot, I already just like, I filmed in that shirt last week or whatnot. Hemostats, there you go, Mary Lou, thank you. I'm like, I cannot think of the word right now, the little clamps. Yeah, I know a lot of bag makers use them in when they're sewing, but I don't own a pair. I think, is it Leslie that sells them? I know there's a group. I know there's one of the custom groups that sells them, and they have them in rainbow. Oh man, I guess I'll just end it and come back, and hopefully.
Yeah. Like you're just like